You know, my partners and I have been teaching entrepreneurs about growth and scale for over 20 years now. We talk about things like finding product market fit, strategic planning, systems and process documentation, as well as tactical stuff like budgeting, hiring, firing, and even micro mergers and acquisitions. But the big question that everyone kept asking is, what do I do first, right? What is the order of operations for how I should be scaling my business? Well, the 7 levels of scale framework that I'm about to show you is our answer to that frequently asked question. Now, our goal with the 7 levels of scale is to provide you with the shortest path possible to go from struggling startup to a high impact, high profit, exitable business that gives you the wealth and freedom that you deserve. If that sounds like a worthy goal, then let's get started. The first level, level 1, is sell and serve 10 customers. Now, before you can scale your business, you must first confirm that you, 1, have something that people want to buy, and 2, are actually able to deliver on the promises that you're making. Now, the simplest way to check this box is to sell and serve 10 customers as fast as you can. Not only will this provide you with some much needed cash flow, it will also provide the insights, data, and confidence that you need to scale to the next level. And here's the deal. Getting your first 10 customers really isn't a question of ability. It's a question of will. I mean, think about it. If you absolutely had to go out and find 10 customers, if your life or the lives of the people that you love truly depended on making just 10 sales, you could do it, right? Of course you could. So don't worry about how you get those first 10 customers. Now is not the time to focus on scalability. Just find 10 people willing to pay you for your product or service and do everything you can to turn them into successful and raving fans. And if you already have more than 10 customers, that's great. Take a moment and list out at least 10 of your most enthusiastic advocates by name. That's critical. We call this your Model 10 list because these are the 10 customers and clients who will serve as models for you as you scale. Now, in many ways, level 1 is the easiest level to reach. After all, it's only 10 customers, right? But in many other ways, level 1 is easily the most difficult level to reach. So which is it? Easy or difficult? That's for you to decide. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Nothing will happen until you sell and serve 10 customers. So focus all of your attention on this singular goal, because once you have your Model 10 list, you're ready to proceed to level 2. So let's go there now. Level 2, automate your customer acquisition process using a growth flywheel. Now that you have confirmed product market fit, which is just a fancy way of saying that people actually want the thing that you're selling, by the way, it's time to shift from one-off sales to predictable, repeatable sales. And to do this, you need a growth flywheel. Now, the first step to building your growth flywheel is to visually map your customer or client acquisition process. We call this your growth engine. Now, you can get as fancy with this as you want to, but we like to keep it pretty simple and just use Post-it notes and a whiteboard to do all of our customer journey mapping. Next, you'll need to build a scorecard that monitors how your growth engine is performing on a weekly basis. We call this your growth scorecard. Clever name, right? And again, it doesn't have to be fancy. We just use Google Sheets or Excel to track our critical metrics on a weekly basis, and then note using red, yellow, and green if one of our growth metrics is behind, on track, or ahead of goal. Finally, you'll need to establish a 90-day sprint cadence that leverages data, not shiny objects, to identify and optimize the weakest links in your growth engine. We select 3 key initiatives every quarter that we believe will turn red metrics to yellow and yellow metrics to green. Repeat this every 90 days and you'll have a profitable and unstoppable growth flywheel spinning out new customers and new clients from scratch. You'll also be ready to move on to level 3. Level 3, upgrade your business operating system. At this level, the goal is to transition from a you-dependent business into a fully systemized and scalable business that can run and grow without you. To upgrade your company's operating system, you must first document the set of algorithms that makes your business run. Your algorithms are all the playbooks and standard operating procedures, along with the team members who are uniquely responsible for executing those procedures that are truly critical to your value creation process. Second, you need to define your company's communication architecture. Your communication architecture includes both scorecards and dashboards that you and your team are looking at, as well as your meeting and announcement cadence. The third and final step in upgrading your business operating system is to clarify the company's desired outputs so that your people and systems are all aligned to a common goal. Now, this process is simple, but it's not easy. When you complete it, your reward, however, will be a business that can run and scale without you, meaning you can step out of the day-to-day and do only the high leverage work that you truly love doing. It also means that you can proceed to level 4. By the way, before we talk about level 4, I just want to pause and acknowledge something that is really important and really cool. Once you ascend beyond level 3, you have crossed what we refer to as the scalable line. At this point, your business still hasn't reached its full potential, but that's only just a matter of time. Because once you pass from level 3 onto level 4, your business is officially scale able. In other words, it is able to scale because you have built and deployed the necessary systems that hold most businesses back. So if you've made it to this point, then congratulations. Achieving level 4 is not typical, it's not normal, but it is pretty awesome. All right, let's get to level 4. Level 4, double your take-home pay. Now that sales are growing and the business is running like a well-oiled machine, it's time to shift the focus to bankable profits, and specifically, putting more of those bankable profits in your bank account. That's right, it's time for a pay raise. Not only have you earned it, but if your company is gonna scale to the next level, you need to eradicate fear and uncertainty. And one of the best ways to do that is to ensure that your personal day-to-day needs are taken care of. Now, we recommend increasing your take-home pay 25% per month until you've either doubled your salary or you're generating enough after-tax income to fund your lifestyle and still set aside at least 10 to 15% for savings and investment. Now, this may sound selfish, but it's absolutely the most valuable thing that you can do for your business. And to prove it to you, I want to ask you a question. Can you honestly say that your customer, that your company's mission is priority number 1 if you're worried about paying your own bills and putting food on your own table? Well, I don't know about you, but I couldn't. So when I was in your situation, I doubled my salary and it felt good. It felt so dang good that a few months later, I doubled it again. My company never felt it, but I sure did. And I finally had the confidence and peace that allowed me to think and plan for the long term instead of always just worrying about the next 30 days. And you better believe that my company felt that, and so did our customers. So when was the last time that you got a raise? If you're looking for permission, this is it. But only once you've ascended to level 4. Once you have and you've given yourself that raise, it's time for level 5. Level 5, build your advisory board. If there's one thing that funded companies get right, it is this. They all have advisory boards. Advisory boards made up of peers and advisory boards made up of mentors. And if you want to build a truly scalable company, you're going to need to do the same. Because let's face it, entrepreneurship is lonely. That's why you need both mentors to give you fresh ideas and inspiration, and peers to hold you accountable to your goals, commiserate with you on the losses, and celebrate with you on the wins. But how do you identify the right board members, and how do you compensate them once you've found them? Well, the key is to find the right mentor first, because the right mentor will not only help you build your board, they'll also serve on it. And as a side note, if you need help building your board, that is one of the services that we provide here at The Scalable Company. I'll talk more about that at the end of this video, but for now, let's move on to level 6. Level 6, expand by acquiring another business. All businesses eventually hit a growth ceiling, and that's why expansion through acquisition is a necessary tool in the scalable entrepreneur's toolbox. At The Scalable Company, we focus on acquiring assets and businesses to provide more leads, add talent, increase market share, add new sales, widen profit margins, and amplify total enterprise value. Now, I realize that this can all seem a bit intimidating, maybe even a little risky, but the best part is you don't need to raise capital or take on risky debt to close your first deal. Our Epic model makes it possible to acquire business assets and even entire companies, all while minimizing the need for out-of-pocket cash or personal credit. So when you're ready to shift into acquisition mode, just know that we can help with that too. Okay, let's wrap this up and talk next steps. It's on to level 7. Level 7, hit your exit number and shift into wealth building mode. You did it. You scaled a business to at least 8 figures. And while you certainly don't have to sell your company at this point, knowing that you could makes all the difference. Believe me on that one. Now, at this level, you have what every entrepreneur craves: optionality. Now, optionality is just a fancy way of saying that you can pretty much do whatever the heck you want to do. You could sell your business or not sell your business. You could raise capital or not raise capital. You can completely step out of the day-to-day or dive back into the nitty-gritty and do only the work that you truly love doing. The point is, the choice is yours. This level is the most fun because this is when you can truly start building wealth on your terms. But fair warning, creating wealth and growing wealth are two very different things. And history is littered with entrepreneurs who went from rags to riches back to rags again. But that won't be your story. Your entrepreneurial journey is far from over. Now it's time, however, to pivot from entrepreneurial operator into an entrepreneurial investor. It's time to achieve maximum impact and leave a legacy for those who follow in your footsteps. This is truly the dream of every entrepreneur. And at The Scalable Company, our mission is to help you realize your version of the entrepreneurial dream. We achieve our greatest impact when you achieve yours. If you like this video and you want more free tips on how to ascend the 7 levels of scale, be sure to subscribe to this channel.